Hi guys, I'm here today to talk about Owl Crate, My Lady Jane, which was the Owl Crate book for June, and the theme was royalty. I was really excited to read this book. I have never read a book by three authors before, and this book is written by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. So I was very, very excited to read it. And this book is massive. It is really, really huge, but I really liked it. So this is a historical fiction novel set in the time of King Edward. And it is told from three different perspectives, which is King Edward, Lady Jane, and Gifford. And in this society, and this is also like an alternate retelling of history. The narrators make that very, very clear, and the narrators do actually have a voice in this. Like you have you have your character's point of view, but then you have the narrators in like a parentheses like explaining stuff to you, which I thought was really, really cool. And the use as of a narrator, I love that device, and I don't see that a lot, but I really liked it in this book, especially because you are dealing with an historical time period that had a very, very set ending in time where Lady Jane Grey was queen for 8 days and then she was beheaded. So this book takes a totally different approach and looks at a very, very different lens, like an alternative history, which I really, really liked. And the characters are fun, dynamic. The story was unpredictable. I gave it 5 stars, and I think the last Owl Crate book that I gave 5 stars was The Night We Said Yes, which was last July. But I love this book. It was such a speedy read. I loved all the characters. I loved the differences between all the characters. I love how the story wound up. Like, I couldn't even predict the ending, and I know history, and I thought that was just so, so, so cool. I love the presence of the Indian situation that all these characters had to deal with. I really loved that. I loved the dynamic between all the characters, and I loved just getting inside all of their heads. It was so, so much fun, and it was a really, really fast and easy read. But yeah, it was just fun, and I think that for a story that is so well known, I think the all three authors really did take their time to make it a unique story. I would be interesting to know how they like wrote this novel, like who wrote which character, because I think I love them all, but it definitely felt like there was like a unified voice. It didn't feel like there was three separate people writing these characters, which I'm sure is what happened. But the story and the book felt so like consistent and even keel that if it would have been one author, it would have made total sense to me, and I felt like they were all in the same world. Um, but I really, really liked it, and it was such an engaging read. And I think like, I'm going back to school to be a teacher, but if you're teaching this time period to kids, if you have them read this, I think it would be a fun read, just because it really takes history, turns it on its head, and throws in a little bit of magic. And I think the magic really compelled me to want to read more. And it made the storyline so much more interesting and so much more fascinating. And it led you to believe that there could be a happy ending, and I was so, so happy about that. And I just love the magic element that was introduced in the story, because I thought that, like, I've seen transforming animals so many times, but this way that it was done was really, really unique, and I really, really enjoyed it. And if you have not picked up Lady Jane Grey yet or haven't read it yet, I highly recommend you read it. I know the book is a little bit long, but it doesn't feel long. The characters are witty and fun and sarcastic, and there's a lot of modern hints dropped in, which if you've paid attention to pop culture, you'd be like, oh, that references Game of Thrones, or that references such and such. So I think that it's just not only a really good historical novel, but also really good into regards of what is going to be coming in future history and how they make those connections. Overall, I loved it, and I hope to read actually more by these authors. I have an e-arc by Brody Ashton, which for a contemporary novel, but I haven't read anything by Cynthia Hand or Jody Meadows. They are on my list as always, but they haven't got read yet. I was just so, so impressed with this novel, and I hope you guys will give it a chance. As always, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Go on my Facebook, Twitter, and all that other stuff. But I'll talk to you guys later.